It's Tuesday, the 8th of November, 2022. Welcome to the Fast Five by Fear and Greed, where we give you the top 5 business stories you need to know in just 5 minutes. I'm Michael Thompson, and good morning, Adam Lang.
Good morning, Michael.
Adam, 5 big stories to get through in 5 minutes, so let's jump into it. Story number 1, Westpac has declared a final dividend of 64 cents a share after posting a cash profit of nearly $5.3 billion. But it has accompanied its results with a bit of a warning on the economic outlook and inflation. Now, Westpac's full-year profit was down slightly, about 1%, because of a $1.1 billion loss on the sale of its life insurance business.
Banks make their money on the difference between the interest rates they charge for mortgages and the interest rate they pay to savers, and this net interest margin is rising as interest rates go up. That means core earnings were up 12% and interest income was up 7%. But Westpac CEO Peter King said that while things look okay now, it is inevitable that households will be hit by higher rates, especially when billions of dollars of low fixed rate mortgages reset next year to much higher interest rates.
All right, on to story number 2 now. And the federal government is planning changes to immigration rules to help businesses find employees, which you can imagine is probably welcome news to any businesses out there at the moment struggling to find people to actually work. Immigration is a Byzantine mess, according to the Home Affairs Minister, Claire O'Neill, who has appointed a panel to review changes to how skilled workers can enter the country.
Yes, Michael, the plan is to axe those long and complicated skilled occupation lists that spelt out in detail what jobs Australia would let in, and instead move to what she calls a demand-driven immigration system. Essentially what that means is that if businesses need workers, they should be able to get them. It's a long way from being law, though. The panel will present its findings next February.
All right, so not exactly immediate relief just yet for businesses. Anyway, moving on to story number 3. I love this one. Cooper's Brewery has posted results indicating Australians are actually pulling back on how much they spend on beer. Now, beer is famously regarded, right, as recession-proof. So we drink in good times to celebrate and we drink in bad times to commiserate. We just drink all the time, apparently. But Cooper's managing director, Dr. Tim Cooper, says that phenomenon may be breaking down. Higher taxes and price rises for aluminium and for barley are making it a little more difficult to turn a profit.
Cooper's is owned by about 180 members of the extended Cooper family and has 5% of the national beer market. That's huge. It posted a 25% drop in net profit to $19.2 million for the 2022 financial year. Dr. Cooper says there's some evidence that people are looking at the price of a case of beer and deciding to buy a couple of six-packs instead. Still, with pubs and clubs back in the swing of things post-COVID, Dr. Cooper is expecting sales to improve over the coming 12 months.
All right, on to story number 4. And anyone who has tried to buy a used car in the last couple of years and realised that it's almost cheaper to actually go and buy a new one will probably be relieved to hear this, because used car prices are finally coming back to earth. ASX-listed vehicle leasing group Eclipse has reported results and says it's seeing some softening in pricing for used cars.
That's right, Michael. Eclipse has 91,000 vehicles under management and says used car prices have fallen about 10% since the February peak and will keep gradually dropping, although it will probably be about 2 years before they return to normal.
Okay, last one. Story number 5, Meta Platforms, which is, of course, the Mark Zuckerberg-run owner of Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, is notifying employees of large-scale layoffs. I know yesterday we were talking about a similar story with Twitter. Meta has 87,000 employees, and these layoffs will be the first time this has happened to the company since it was founded by Zuckerberg in his Harvard dorm room. It could be the largest ever round of layoffs in US tech, although it won't actually be as big on a percentage basis as Twitter's mass layoffs of half its staff over the weekend.
Michael, Meta's been having a pretty tough time. Its stock price has fallen 70% this year amid competition and Apple's new privacy changes. There's also concern Zuckerberg is spending too much time on his metaverse dreams. That's the virtual reality world that's not finding much traction with users just yet.
Have you ventured into the metaverse yet, Adam?
Would it surprise you to know that I haven't, Michael?
That does not surprise me at all. I just wanted you to admit it publicly that you are that you are a bit metaverse-averse, shall we say?
I am. One day I might have a look. I just haven't yet found a compelling reason to do so.
All right, there we go. The top 5 business stories in 5 minutes. Thank you, Adam.
Thank you, Michael.
It's Tuesday, the 8th of November, 2022. Remember to hit follow on the podcast. And if 5 minutes isn't enough for you, you can find our longer daily show called Fear and Greed wherever you listen to podcasts. I'm Michael Thompson, and that was the Fast 5 by Fear and Greed. Have a great day.